which I had never seen you on the yoga mat. Why not?
I'm on the yoga mat. Well, I go 2 nights a week to Restoration Candlelight Yoga.
Oh, nice.
I'm on the west side now, so you don't see me, but yoga and meditation has been part of my life for the last 15 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how I got started in yoga in the very beginning. I did the Medicated Mavens.
Oh, okay.
And I got sucked into that, and a couple times a week or once every other week or so would go and do medicated yoga, and that's what kind of got me started. Then I was introduced to hot yoga, and then it changed my whole game.
Dimitri keeps talking about that.
Yeah, I've seen Dimitri a few times in here. I mean, in the yoga studio, he's pretty cool. And he tries. I mean, he's a good yoga guy. I mean, he in other words, people go in there with the mindset, I'm going to do this. They don't go in the mindset, I'm going to half-ass it. So that's what I like about the yoga. So Dimitri is pretty good. And then the hot yoga for me is, of course, it clears my brain completely.
Right.
And it's like a whole new euphoria. So it could be physical or mental. I don't really care. Let's get into some fun stuff. And this is like the fun part of the podcast. We're going to close it up here. We got a few more minutes left.
Sure.
We're going to close it up. And we're going to talk more about your personal relationship with cannabis. And I take it the way you're talking, you do have a personal relationship. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm a California girl. And I was in high school, and the girl that I hung out with and was eventually the maid of honor at my wedding had a grandmother named Grandma Petey. Grandma Petey had arthritis, and she grew cannabis for her arthritis. So we would go over there, and she would have this beautiful, she actually grew the first sesame in San Diego County.
How old were you? How old?
I was 16.
Yeah, 16, huh?
Yeah. So she would have it out on a tray. She would roll it. We knew it was good for our arthritis. We, of course, started snitching it. She knew we were snitching it. The funny thing was, and I'm so glad this happened to me, I was one of those people that your receptors weren't just open instantly. So I smoked for over 2 weeks, or right around 2 weeks before it actually hit me.
Really?
Full brain hit me.
Huh.
And it was a Friday night, and I remember the people I was with because I'm still friends with them. And we were standing on someone's back patio, and I said, "Oh, I have this pleasant feeling." And they're like, "Oh my God, thank God it finally hit her." Like,
it's about time, right?
So I don't know whether I was inhaling wrong or whether it was cannabis receptors or what it was. But that pleasant feeling, has remained with me to this day.
Yeah.
So I love my edibles at night. I'm one of these people that my head hits the pillow, I'm instantly asleep, and then 3 hours later I'm up to save the world.
Yeah.
Because my mind runs all the time. I have all these crazy ideas. So it's been interesting, when I got into the industry, this is painful to say, but I smoked cigarettes and I drank Diet Cokes. When I kicked all that, and I kicked it fairly shortly, because if you're around people that are sick every day, the last thing you're going to do is not take care of yourself.
Right, absolutely.
It's a constant reminder of what could happen to you.
So around, age of 16, you were exposed to cannabis, and it was all, black market, of course, and California wasn't legal at that time. And then you ever been arrested for cannabis?
No.
Never had arrested,
No, and there's a rumor out there I have been arrested, and let's clarify, I've never been arrested. I ever been present when I've seen SWAT teams do raids feet away from me? Yes, but I've never been arrested. So,
yeah. Back in the beginning, they were locking the doors, right?
Right.
They were locking the doors on you and trying to shut you down. Yeah. And so, again, you're a little bit older now. You haven't strayed away from cannabis.
No.
You haven't found it the evil thing like everyone tries to tell you that it is, and it's really a pretty benign, most product, right?
So I was asked to do an interview for a magazine that was published in Las Vegas, and Sharon Letts was writing the interview, and she was interviewing people that use cannabis for health. And the last question she asked me was, "When was the last time you were in bed sick?" And it was 35 years ago. So I have to credit the homeostasis in my body to my CBD use, my cannabis use. I threw away my bathroom scale 20 years ago because I always weigh the same. So, you know, there's something right happening, and I don't know whether, you know, I'm sure it's a combination of food, exercise, and cannabis.
Well, you know, I think it's just you have to take care of your temple. You know, so you kind of do it. I mean, you know, I kind of have this thing like I try to do 80% at least. You know, I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I always joke that I'm a cheating vegan, a cheating vegan, a vegan.
Yes.
You know, and so, but we try to eat pretty healthy here. You know, and so we do that. You know, and then we try to exercise, and that makes a world of difference.
Right.
You know, back in the beginning, I was almost 300 pounds.
Oh, wow.
You never knew me at that size. I was 300 pounds. I was miserable. You know, Jack in the Box was my friend, you know, and about 10 years ago, I had to kind of come to Jesus, you know, and then after my surgeries, of course, yeah, kind of like, oh man, what am I? I'm just killing myself. And so about 10 years now, I've been able to pretty much keep it off, and, you know, and every once in a while you slide back up, you know, with you know, you're a pretty healthy person. You have a lean body. You're never going to really have a weight issue. People like me have weight issues.
Yes.
People like me, I'll struggle with this all my life, you know, and I know that, but the thing is that you try to put all the pieces together and do the right thing. And if you slip off, you get back on. Yeah. And I don't let it destroy me if I have a candy bar. Right. Screw it. I'll just go work out harder. You know, I don't let that destroy me one bit at all. So anyhow, that's like me, and you know, it's health. And you said something really interesting. You said food is your medicine.
Yes, I believe that.
You ever seen that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that on me. You know, food be by my medicine, you know, years ago. And every time I pick up something bad to eat, I kind of look at that and go, maybe I don't need that. Right. So I use that as my stop sign sometimes to stop eating. Yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else you want to add before we kind of close up here?
I brought you some good things coming, so I just have to do a plug. Okay. So we have brownies, and they're made with Valrhona chocolate, which comes from France.
Oh, now, are these medicated?
Yes.
Okay, and so I'll be clear here. You have a medical card.
Yes.
I have a medical card.
Yes.
And you're gifting these to me.
Correct.
Through a medical card through the AMA. Right. So I'm going to switch the cameras over, and we'll do a quick unboxing here of the goodies right here, right? Okay. So here's the box that Jane gave me, and so I'm going to look it up. And let me see if I'll save these for Kim. Oh my gosh.
Those are the 2.5 milligram lemon drops. So I love those for my senior patients.
God, these are awesome.
And I know a lot of people that just love them anyway. Those are the brownies. Those are the new format. So they're little 20 milligram brownies.
How many are in here?
There's 5.
There's 5.
Yes.
You know, just for people to see it, I'm going to take one out. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. These are awesome. I'll take pictures of that, put it on the web, okay? Right. And then
that was my. So this is Jawa Kush, and I love Jawa Kush. Sometimes
smells good.
Yeah, I love the smell, and it, you know, it's indica leaning hybrid, but
yeah. Oh God, you're spoiling me now. Wild cherry. This is what you're talking about, right? The wild cherry.
So that's the 50/50 CBD THC.
Those look really good.
Yeah.
Then these good things coming. What are these?
Those are just pomegranate gummies, 10 milligrams each.
God, these are great. What I like about this, to be honest with you, what you're doing here is the microdosing. Right. You know, so again, when the industry first started, we were seeing guys show up with 1,000 milligram cookies. Right. And you have grandma eat that cookie and she'd be waxed, right?
Exactly. And when that 102-year-old patient came to me, she said to me, I just want to go home with a brownie. And I said, over my dead body, because at that time there wasn't any brownies that were under 100 milligrams. Right.
We always thought it a good idea, but we never did it. We always thought, make a cookie, then you make 12 more non-medicated. Right. Because you can't just have one cookie, right?
Exactly.
What I like about these brownies here, I'll tell you what I like about them, is that they're proportionally sized. You know, so you eat one of those, and you're not, you don't have to look at the whole brownie here and think about you're only going to get a third of it or whatever. So I like the size of their packaging here, and these are your citrus. Yep. How do you pronounce it? Yuzu. That's pretty cool. Yuzu citrus fruit jellies.
Yep.
Yeah. And these are 10 also?
Yes, all of them.
All these are 10.
Yep. Got it. And that's La Cucaracha.
La cucaracha. Chili fruit. Those look really good.
Yeah.
Now, are they chewy or what are they?
They're gummy. They're gummy. I like the texture of them. I'm a big texture person, so if I don't like the texture, and gummies come in all varieties of texture.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some that were square, like felt like I was chewing on a Lego toy.
Can you explain? Well, I got a special surprise for you also for being the first few contestants on Cooper Still Standing. We have a few items for you here, and we have a hoodie, and I don't know what size. You look like a small.
Yeah.
So we have a hoodie small.
Yes.
And then we have a regular shirt small, and there's a medium there too.
All right.
So you can
one to sleep in, one to wear.
Yeah. Cooper Still Standing, man. That's going to be our slogan, Still Standing.
Thank you.
So be welcome to use free, Still Standing anytime you want.
Okay.
Because, and that kind of takes me to a quick story before we shut down here. We were in traveling. Me and Kim were traveling, and we're coming back and seeing Brett in California. Mm-hmm. And we stopped by a Starbucks, and they have those motive inspirational boards you put to Post-it. Mm-hmm. So I put on there Cooper Still Standing, Jeff Cooper.
Yeah.
Right? And I posted that. And then I got a Post-it, picture of a Post-it last week.
Yeah.
And it says, "Be kind, Grandma Still Standing."
Oh.
And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send a hoodie to Grandma Pam for posting that. And anyone else who posts here for the next, as long as supplies last, if you give me a post with Still Standing on there, doing something, I'll send you a hoodie for free or a T-shirt, whatever I have left. I have coffee mugs or T-shirts. I'll be more than happy to send anybody who gives me a post, something kind of cool, they're still standing.
That is great.
Yeah. So, again, this is pretty fun here to do the podcast. Like a lot of things, we're learning here. We're learning how to talk to people. We're learning how to get people in, schedule them and stuff, and we're growing. And I really want to thank you, Jane, for coming here. You're just a super person. So thank you very much for being here with us.
Well, thank you for asking me. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, we'd like to get you on again sometime, real soon, talk about some other, other great topics as we move forward in the cannabis business.
Yeah, I'm going to be teaching a class. I'm co-teaching a class out April 7th out in Surprise at Rise Lifelong Learning Academy, and it's a 2-hour class on cannabinoids and terpenes.
That's awesome. Matter of fact, once you go and send me the links to all that, and I'll put it in the description. This is Cooper Still Standing. I'm Jeff Cooper, and I'm still standing. Thank you, Jane, for coming to visit with us today. It was a super honor. Please look for us on Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, and Spotify. And if you get lost, just go to the web browser and type in Cooper Still Standing, and I'm sure you'll find us. Again, thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Did it, special alert. Did it, special alert. Not really, guys. Hey, I just want to give a special shout out to JaneFix for being on the Cooper Still Standing podcast today. She was super great to be here. She was, super smart and great to talk to. Make sure you check out the rest of the series with JaneFix and myself. Having viewers like you is really important, and so make sure, you leave a comment. Tell us what you feel. Tell us, what you really feel. I'll answer it. I really will. I think it's important for me to share my feelings with people. Go ahead. Just leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure you subscribe and, hit the bell, man. Hit subscribe and hit the bell, man. And join us for Cooper Still Standing. This is Cooper Still Standing. I'm Jeff Cooper, and I'm still standing.